Indonesia's president standing firm on his pledge to root out corruption in his first State of the Nation address. Prabowo Subianto says billions of dollars of the state budget have been saved by his administration's crackdown.
Saya berkewajiban untuk mengambil langkah-langkah yang perlu, walaupun itu sulit dan juga tidak populer bagi pihak-pihak tertentu. Saya harus mengambil langkah-langkah untuk menyelamatkan kekayaan negara agar bisa digunakan untuk kepentingan bangsa kita di hari ini dan di hari esok.
Mr. Prabowo also highlighted other key achievements almost a year since taking office. He touted the country's faster than expected economic growth, low unemployment rate, and a slew of ambitious social welfare initiatives. The Indonesian leader also announcing the country's latest budget, aimed at strengthening food security, economy, and defense. We have more now from CNA's Chandni Vatvani, who's joining us live from Jakarta. Chandni, Indonesia's benchmark stock index briefly hitting a record high as Mr. Prabowo delivered his state address. What were they responding to in the address?
Well, Jill, investors certainly felt the optimism from President Prabowo's inaugural state address there as the benchmark stock index briefly hit a record high. Now, in terms of the president's speech itself, well, he spoke twice. It was his first ever state address, which covered a wide range of issues and highlighted numerous successes as he talked of cracking down on corruption and what he called greednomics. Now, he also talked of protecting the nation's resources and people, setting up more than 80,000 village cooperatives across the country to directly benefit farmers, putting a stop there to illegal mining, a golden Indonesia vision, free health checks, and of course, his free nutritious meal initiative, among many other points. Now, remember, the program was launched in January, and according to the president, it has now reached some 20 million school children and pregnant women and mothers. Now, he has proposed spending over $20 billion on this flagship program to deliver free meals to over 82 million Indonesians. Remember, industry experts have also previously raised concerns about the high cost on all of these programs and their effects on Indonesia's economy. Just last month, the finance ministry predicted a government deficit of around $40 billion or 2.7% of the country's GDP by the end of this year. Now, one issue that was notably absent was that of the previously intended new capital, Nusantara, which was only mentioned once in this speech. Despite this, Indonesia's State Secretariat Minister has confirmed that that project is continuing.
And what did Mr. Prabowo say were his main economic priorities in the latest budget?
Well, his second speech outlined what some may call ambitious targets. Take a listen.
Untuk mendukung agenda pembangunan di tengah gejolak global, arsitektur APBN 2026 dirancang sebagai berikut. Belanja negara dialokasikan 3.786,5 triliun rupiah. Pendapatan negara ditargetkan mencapai 3.147,7 triliun rupiah. Defisit APBN dirancang 638,8 triliun rupiah atau 2,48% PDB.
That's a $234 billion budget with a deficit forecast at 2.48% of GDP. Now this, while pledging to try to gradually reduce the gap and balance the annual budget, all of which within 3 years. Now, according to the president, the 2026 budget is designed to ensure that Indonesia is strong, independent, and prosperous. Now, he said that efficiency measures would need to be taken to reduce the fiscal gap, and he vowed to have no deficit by 2027 or 2028. Now, the budget proposal is based on an economic growth target of 5.4%, an inflation rate at 2.5%, and the rupiah trading at 16,500 per dollar on average next year. Of course, all of this along with several other indicators. So we'll be keeping an eye closely on that.
And we appreciate that so much. Chandni Vatvani reporting live to us from Jakarta.